Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up the screen here. MP Materials. Biden plans to sign War Powers Act for minerals, and we're going to talk all about how that's going to affect MP Materials. I did something similar with ABML earlier today. They're not the same sector, but they are the same sector because one's recycling and one's minerals, and they kind of move in tandem. And this is a pretty big deal when it comes to MP Materials. Biden poised to use Cold War powers to boost battery metals. And of course, they're aiming to accelerate domestic production of key materials, which of course, MP absolutely mines every day. And they're talking about how the supply chain is dominated by China. And MP Materials is the only North American mine out there. We're it. So it's a very important company to the United States. It says Biden plans Thursday to invoke the Cold War Powers Act to encourage domestic production of critical minerals for electric vehicle and other types of batteries. The White House is poised to add battery materials to the list of items covered in the 1950 Defense Production Act, same one used as Harry Truman to make steel for the Korean War, and Donald Trump used for mass production during the Rona. Shares of MP Materials, the sole U.S. company that produces rare earth metals needed for electric vehicles, rose 4.7%, and it's been on a ride. Lithium American company also has been running up. It says adding minerals like lithium, nickel, graphite, cobalt, magnesium, all of which MP digs out of the ground. It's access of $750 million under the Defense Production Act. And what they're going to let them do, they have low interest loans, it looks like, direct purchases for minerals, which the DOD bought $35 million from MP, I guess it was several months ago, or they signed a deal for it. It says the president's signature is a big signal that it's incumbent on Congress to appropriate the dollars, and they've got a good group here of people in the middle that'll probably get this done. Joe Manchin, Lisa Murkowski, Bill Cassidy. So you got plenty of people in the middle to probably get enough to get the votes they need in the Senate. You got to have 60 to make sure you get past the filibuster. And you can see here all the various minerals that we're getting from China. And they've already allocated part of the $6 billion from the infrastructure bill to help with these supplies and to try to help get off the reliance of China. And we all know that the prices of all these minerals have been skyrocketing. Again, that helps MP Materials. When you're mining something and it keeps going up in value, that's just extra money on the bottom line. And we're going to look at that here in a minute. And here, I'm going to go over the fourth quarter and the full year results. And I've got that pre-recorded here, so I'm just going to go ahead and play it. You look at their revenue, $99 million. Look what they did in 2020. They beat by 135%. They were up on their revenue. Net income of $48 million, which is a 103% increase over the previous year. Also, their net income was up 172%. And for the year ended, $331 million as opposed to $134 million. I mean, look at that growth, 147%. Adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization is up 414%. Adjusted net income up 693%. Good grief. I mean, that's as good a quarter as you're going to see from any company when it comes to growth. It's just pretty much, they're a growth beast. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, you know, we're not talking 10, 20%, which would be good. We're looking at adjusted net income of 693% increase in good grief. I mean, it's just an outstanding comp. And as far as their balance sheet, now this is back from September, they had about $1.2 billion in cash, which is outstanding for a company this size, $1.8 billion in assets. And they did have a little bit of debt here, long-term debt, but they're, what's that? 2.5 to 1 as far as assets to liabilities, and they're making money. They're profitable. So a very nice balance sheet for such a young company. Also, if you didn't see this, the Department of Defense awarded them a $35 million contract for rare earth separation capacity. And understand this company is very important to this country. It's not just the military, it's important to the world, and especially our country.
Global infrastructure is moving towards electrification on every front possible. And if electrified motion is key to a sustainable future, magnets are not just important. They are critical to our success and to our very survival. Rare earth elements are 17 chemical elements with special magnetic properties. They are not rare, but they are very difficult and expensive to separate.
Well, right now, there's a single point of failure in the rare earth industry, and that's particularly crucial in the production of magnets, which are critical to so many modern technologies and military applications. The fact that 80 to 90% of that is produced in China right now means the US economy is dependent upon this single source of failure, which no matter where that is, that provides unacceptable risks. China is very good at operating in low-cost, competitive industries. They have all the infrastructure around that to support it. They also have a nationwide commitment to being leaders in this industry.
So yeah, it's very important that MP Materials is successful, and they are being very successful. So I don't see MP going anywhere other than continuing to build. All right, folks, as we look at this chart, let's see, we're sitting here at 56 bucks. Last time I covered it, it was around $35. I think that's when they had some sort of short report, and I actually covered that as well, and I wasn't terribly concerned about that, but it's run up, about 70% since then, and I bought extra right down here. I'm still mad at myself because when this came out, I just saw it as a mining play, so I didn't really care about it. I didn't see it as an EV play. I just really blew it, and I wound up buying at 25 bucks as my average for my long haul, and I could have got that at 10 bucks. So I'm still highly annoyed by that. But I am way up on this thing, and I think it's going to continue to work its way up over time. It's got a strong buy indication by Zacks, so it's in real good shape. It's run up a bunch, so I wouldn't be shocked if we had some pullbacks. But again, it's sitting above, well, I don't know that it's sitting above its all-time high, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. So like I said, it'll be pretty interesting to watch this thing. But this is a company that I think over time will wind up in the 70s. But, that's my opinion. And, I can't guarantee any of that. You invest at your own risk. But I'm very comfortable with this stock. And I just wish I'd have bought more, But I bought a bunch. So, I always do that. God, you ever just do that where you're sitting there going, why didn't I just double up or triple up or whatever? Well, that's easy to say when something's way up. I got a bunch of stocks that I did buy too much on. They went down, so whatever. All right, folks, and that's MP Materials today, and I think that's pretty big, that War Powers Act for minerals. That's yet another bullish indicator for MP Materials. I love this stock. I think it's a very important company, and I'm going to hold this for a very long time. Not concerned about it at all. If you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover MP Materials. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.